Previously on the Chaotic Neutral podcast, the Chaotic Neutral crew has vanquished all the foes standing between them and the Torque of Allah. The gates to Allah's sanctuary stand open before them. What trials, traps, and tribulations await within? Find out in this week's episode of the Chaotic Neutral podcast. I am your Dungeon Master, Caleb, and I am joined tonight by Shane.
I play Bert, something I forgot to say last time.
And David.
Sure, make me go after Bert.
That's what you wanted last time! I just can't make you guys happy.
What do we do if not complain?
No, Bert didn't do his usual pizzazz.
Oh.
My sass isn't good enough for you tonight?
Bert do jazz hands, so therefore you have nothing to feed off of. And finally, Amy showing utmost in podcast professionalism.
Oi! Why am I always last?
Not always.
You're always first.
Up until Dan and David started their coup, you were first. Because I would go left to right.
Hi, I play Kiki, the pissed off rogue. More ways than one.
And once again, we do not have Dan or Alan. But he plays Fennel, but his character is in my hands. Glenel is taken over. And Zerf has disappeared, just fucked off in the middle of a volcano erupting. Where could he have gone? Ooh-wee, do you think Bert's gonna... Ooh-wee, do you think Zerf's gonna be okay?
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee! Mr. Meeseeks, look at me! You want a special episode of just Zerf on his own? Can't do!
No one wants that. No.
Hi, I'm Zerf.
Dirty bastard.
As dirty as he is, that episode will be oddly procedural. He went right through it.
Zerf's very good at picking a direction and going in a straight line. There's a wall in my way, I go through the wall. There are monsters, I chop them in half. I'm taking damage, I rage, I take no damage. So you guys last time fought one of the lieutenants of Lasting Unity. It's a good thing you didn't ask their name because I never did make a name for them.
I just assumed.
Bert got a cool mask, and Kiki got her heal finally, and now the gates to the Temple of Alha are open. What do you guys do?
Go upstairs.
All right. Kai, you find yourself in a wide open vestibule filled with light. Columns line the sides dramatically, and at the far end there seems to be a squat little stone figure sitting on a throne on a pedestal. And I mean, when I say throne on a pedestal, I mean the creature is tiny, like maybe 2 or 3 feet tall, and the throne is built to match.
It's just a perception check to check the room.
All right. You don't notice anything other than what I've described.
Okay.
You do notice that to either side of this throne are 2 archways that lead into what looks like another room that's not as deep. What do Kiki and Bert do? Lehigh and Glenel and Lee Howe and Glenel and Fozzie all make for the entrance.
I'll go in too.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay, I don't have a map for the temple because this is more of a a psychological thing rather
So
than...
we're gonna stand outside and look in, and ooh.
Yeah. Ooh wee. um. So do you? So that's what you see at the entrance of the vestibule, Kai. Vestibule, not vegetable. Bushmouth Caleb threatened to strike again.
Bird's right next to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if you wait for them to come up, they all come and join you.
Okay, I kind of push Bert towards the guy.
All right, I'll go.
Okay.
I can tell it. I mean, it's alive, right? It's not just some
Yeah,
stone.
It's watching you. It's not
Okay.
just a gargoyle. And as you approach, it does seem to be sort of humanoid. It's flesh shaped. You do notice that its eyes seem to be made of like citrine. And instead of hair, it has sort of orange crystals that are sort of sculpted to look like fire. And its skin is very dark, like charcoal.
Oh. I'll flip up my mask so he can see my face, and when you cool, I'm gonna. What am I gonna say? I don't know. Hi, my name's Bert.
Greetings, traveler! Welcome to the Temple of Allah!
You are much more bright than I thought you'd be.
Why shouldn't I be? We bask in the glory of the southern light. Have a look around, enjoy yourself.
I'll do that in a minute. First, I did come here for a specific reason, and I show him the amulet of whatever sister I'm carrying. I don't even know which one I'm carrying.
That's a real nice amulet.
Oh, thanks. Does it look familiar
I don't know.
at all? Oh, well, I was not the person I'm supposed to talk to. I'm actually looking for one just like it. It belonged to Allah herself. Would it be in this temple?
Maybe this temple does house her relics.
I don't suppose I could take a look around and
By all means.
scout it out. Okay, now, serious question. If I were to find it, would I be able to take it?
That's not up to me.
Oh, okay. Who's that up to?
I imagine the lady.
Oh, so where's the lady?
This is her house. You'll find her somewhere.
Oh, all right. Do you know where she went?
She's at home somewhere. It's a big house.
What do you do?
I greet the parishioners who wish to bask in her light and in the light of the mountain.
You know it's about to explode, right?
Do I look like I care? I'm in a diamond fortress, and I am made of fire. You might have problems, unless we can seal the doors. Assuming the lady wants to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for the lady.
You do that.
It's nice to meet you.
Likewise.
So I scamper off. What'd you say?
I'm laughing at the image of Bert, the mangy, half insane warlock carrying fragments of elder ones scampering.
Yeah, like a close like that kind of just like a half run where my feet never really get too far from each other, and like my hands are kind of down like this, and I'm just kind of like Roger from from American Dad.
So what's Kiki up to?
Looting.
Roll your perception. And you're in the big vestibule. Okay. It's all just bare stone, well, bare diamond,
This place
and
sucks.
sort of shafts carved in to make it feel like there are beams of light coming down, more concentrated light within the general light of the chamber.
Are there like hallways, rooms?
There's the big door you came through, and then there are two arches in the wall near where the little creature is sitting.
Going that way.
Okay. Kai?
I was following Bert.
Okay. And Bert, do you go through those arches as well?
Yeah. If that's the only way in, I guess.
That's pretty. You have this big open vestibule,
Mhm.
like a lobby area, and then
Yeah.
the two arches. Okay.
Yeah. If that looks like it's the most direct route, yeah.
It's the only route that
Then
you
now
can see.
that's where I'm going.
Okay.
God, this dungeon's so linear.
Wait for it. So you find yourself in another largest chamber, smaller than the first one. Along the three walls that don't have arches in them, so the wall to the right, to the left, and the far one, each have two pedestals, and on each pedestal is an object. And then there are, sort of out in the center, three pedestals that are empty.
I jump on one.
All right. There's a halfling on a pedestal.
Got it.
Are any of the objects weapons on the pedestals?
Yes.
I kind of rush towards those.
Okay. There's a sword, a shield, a scroll case, sort of an old robe, a plain-looking staff, and a gilded book.
All this shit sucks.
Is this do we all see the same thing, or did I run past all that?
No, this is the next room, and
Oh,
there don't
okay.
appear to be any exits besides the ones you came through.
Well, I'm gonna go check out that book.
So there's pedestals with a bunch of crap on them.
Yep. And then there are three pedestals that don't have anything.
So you have would you say a sword, a shield, a book, a scroll?
Robes and a plain staff.
Is there any
Also
markings
pretty.
anywhere?
No markings. You do notice that the sword is finely made with jewels set in the pommel. The hilt seems to be made of gold. The shield has gold and silver tracery with gems set in it. The book has gilding all around it and precious stones set into it. And the scroll case likewise has is adorned with gems.
I grab the staff.
All right. It feels like a plain wooden staff made of some sturdy wood, like oak. Maybe actually, it's probably cherry. It's sturdy. It's lightweight. It feels like it's been used, carried on many journeys as both a walking stick and a stick to, defend against wild animals.
I place it on one of the pillars
Okay.
in the middle.
All right. There's a stick on a pedestal.
Okay.
Just start typing stuff in, guys. We'll get this text adventure going.
How heavy is the shield?
And then I place the sword and scroll on the other pedestal.
Okay, so the staff, I'm going to say the staff takes you one. While you're doing that, Kiki's going to examine the shield. The shield's pretty heavy.
And I wear it like a backpack.
Yes, it looks more like a turtle shell on you.
Oh, little Link carrying around a Hyrule shield.
That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wear it.
Okay, Bert.
I'm gonna open that book, if at all possible.
All right. Roll me a intelligence.
Ooh, it's not good for me. 6.
So you go to open the clasp, and when you do that, 2 other clasps close shut, and you open one of those, and some more shut, and it's one of those obnoxious puzzles where each thing you do causes 3 or 4 other things to happen, and you fiddle with it for a few minutes, and you can't seem to crack the sequence you need to do to open the book.
I look back at Kiki, my forehead's all furrowed, and my jaw's like jutted forward. Me no figure out lock. Kiki, come read book.
So Kai, what was your next step?
It's gonna grab the sword and the scroll and place them on the pillars.
Okay. So you put the sword and the scroll on the pillar and on the other 2 pedestals, and nothing happens.
Uh-huh.
What else is around here?
You got a White Castle in here?
There's no other exits apparent. The room is unadorned other than these pedestals. They're not even labeled.
Go through the other archway.
And it leads back to the entry chamber. And the little Magman dude is like, stumped, huh? Well, you're not the first.
So it's a puzzle, huh?
Think of it more as a test.
Okay.
Maybe we need to put down our stuff. Like if I put my book down and you put your Mehrunes dagger down, and
No.
Kai puts down his thunder rod or whatever. Thundering rod. I don't know what it's called. Lightning staff. Maybe that'll do something? I'm putting down my book.
Okay.
I'm not moving too far away from it,
Okay.
but I'll put it down on one of the pedestals.
Okay. Do you replace the shit that Kai put there?
I brush aside the stick. No, I pick up the stick.
Okay.
I put my book down. I walk over and I put the stick back where it was.
Okay. Kai, what were you saying?
Can I just do an investigation about the
Yeah. Sure.
Sorry.
This is why I don't investigate.
Jesus H. Christ, man.
So what was that roll, Amy?
I investigate.
What was the 25?
I didn't roll a 25.
Well, 25
Yeah, you did.
at some point.
18 on the die, plus 7, 25.
Accidentally pushed a button?
Oh, okay.
I didn't do it.
Okay. So
No fucking idea.
David, you don't find anything other than what I described. It's a completely plain room.
It's just happening.
What was your total, Amy?
17, or no, investigate. 24, investigate.
All right. You notice very on the floor, sort of subtly in the pattern of the tiles, seems to be an epitaph of choose the articles of the lady, or choose the implements of the lady.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I tell that to the two. Well, he's not smart. I tell this to Dan.
What? I don't know. I want to go to the nature.
I want to go to the nature.
No. Isn't he the smart one of our group? Or is
You're the smart one.
Dan's not here.
Am I the smart one?
Yes.
I know Dan's not here. But...
Well, that's what you've been saying.
Oh no, he's not. Oh, I forgot he wasn't here. Sorry. Is Alan's character here?
Glenelyn's, yeah.
Okay. Who's the smart one of the group? Please don't tell me it's me.
I think you have the highest intelligence.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, I put a question to the group of what are the implements of the lady, because I don't fucking know.
Glenel scoffs and says, I don't pay attention to barbarian superstition.
Jesus
I think at this point I'd probably roll a history to see if I remember reading about it.
Okay.
17 for history?
From what you remember of Allah from your time in the other cities, she was called the Southern Light, and her followers claim that they protect the weak and spread the light of the South and its kindness and generosity. There is this, from what you could tell from your brief time before combat broke out, there is a schism between the two, sort of between two groups on the most important aspects of the lady's life, whether you need to emulate her life directly or extrapolate her tenets, whether you need to revere her as sort of a sub-deity or whether you revere the principles that she stood for.
Which one did Alistair follow? Was he the one-
Alistair followed the position that she was to be worshipped as a deity on her own, and that true adherents of the Southern Light were to protect the weak and with their own strength.
Okay. Did they wear robes as well?
No, they wore
They weren't
gleaming mail and sort of white and gold adornments.
Okay. So I'm thinking shield and there was a staff, robes, scroll, and a book.
Book, sword, and shield. I'm thinking paladin. That's all it comes
That's
to mind.
kind of what.
I'm saying light and
Yeah.
that's all I think. You wanna
So
try it?
should we put those three on the pedestal? On the pedestals? Are we in
That's my
agreement?
thought.
David, since you're actually the smart one here.
I know, really. Tell us what to do.
Is there a mirror finish on the shield?
No. Let me have Lee Howe roll a history.
I guess that means we aren't right.
Oh, I just want to give you guys some more data to work with.
Okay.
So Lee Howe,
Right.
no, it means that I want to drag this out. Lee Howe points out that that Alistair's faction believed that, but that he noticed the other faction tended to wear brown robes and dress very plainly. They were, and everywhere you went, everything was very ascetic. You know, there wasn't a lot of adornment anywhere.
Well, with that, there are only two things that are kind of plain. There's that cherry stick and the robes, correct?
Yes.
And the rest are kind of like bejeweled and
Scroll.
gilded. But the scroll case even was.
Was it?
Yeah,
Fancy.
the scroll case is decorated. It's not nearly as ornate as the book.
Oh, okay. Then I guess we'll take the more austere items and try to.
So what do you guys do? You've got the two conflicting ideologies.
Do we only get one chance at this? I don't know, whatever. What do you say, guys? Robe, stick, and scroll box?
Shield.
Scroll case. And shield? The shield's pretty
No idea.
schmancy, right?
Shield, sword, and book are all very schmancy.
Okay. I'm wondering if there's going to be a combination of things like she saved up all her money to put so much gold on this book.
Is it describe the room again?
The room is pretty much square. On the left wall, there's a sword and a shield. On the back wall, there's a scroll case and robes, neatly folded, brown but old and tattered. And on the right wall, there is the book and the staff. And in the center, in front of each wall, there are 3 pedestals, all empty.
I have no idea. None.
Okay, put the staff one over there. Put the robe
Okay.
over there.
Okay.
And the scroll case on the other one.
All right.
Is that what you're thinking?
Sure.
Okay.
So do you guys do that?
Yeah.
When they do
Well-
that, I turn the shield around and
All right. So there's a flash of light that fills the whole room. All of the items disappear, including the shield that Kiki's hiding behind.
fuck.
I see you.
And you guys find yourself in a small village. There seem to be bandits attacking, and townspeople sort of defending barricades. Several of the houses are burning, and you hear screams coming from inside, both burning houses and houses that aren't burning. I'm
Guys,
a little frightened at how excited Kiki is at that.
I'm gonna need to know: is there like raping and pillaging, or like is there a
How much-
clear
how much-
bad guy?
How much rape can I get on today? How much? Am I knee deep in rape, or is it more of like a hip thing, or am I just waiting by the ankles?
Morty, it's a pancreas, and there are all these pirates. They're sailing around it, and you really owe it to yourself to see it. I mean, we don't whitewash it. They're real rapey, Morty.
I just need to know if there's a clear bad guy.
There are bandits attacking the town. Like, you hear shrieks coming from it. Like, from where you're at, you see sort of a pitched battle at the far end of the town where the road comes into it. You can see that there are 2 or 3 houses burning, and from one of those houses there are screams coming, and there are screams coming from one of the houses that isn't burning.
I run to the house that isn't burning and the screaming.
All right. Kiki tears off. What do you 2 do?
I throw my hand like this, like of course. You want to go down there? I don't know. I don't know how I got here. I didn't use my helmet. I promise. I swear. I didn't use my helmet. Well, how about? Wait a minute. Last time this happened, you and I just went and got a beer. You want to go get a beer, Kai?
Sure.
Let's go find a bar that isn't on fire.
No, I put out the fire though as we're going to the bar.
Okay. So roll me a wisdom check.
Oh,
You're successful.
okay.
You're able to control those flames and usher them into a fireplace where they burn away merrily.
Can I do a perception to see if this is real or if this is like echoes of the past, or would that be something else?
Trying to decide. Insight would be the best.
Okay. 11.
I can't really tell. Like, you don't know how you got here, but it seems real enough. The smoke is acrid in your lungs. The screams are loud. You can hear the cries of people dying, and the roar of battle, clash of swords.
Nothing.
The ground feels real under your feet.
Have you been drinking?
Me?
Yeah.
A little bit.
You just slurring your words.
Tumbler of scotch.
You've been using
Scotch.
Scotch.
Just
Chinese
2
scotch.
fingers. I guess I've got fat fingers.
This is how I do it. I can't.
Two fingers. This one and this one. No?
2 fingers.
Forefinger and the pinky. That's how you do it. How much scotch should I have? Rock. That's how much scotch. Visual humor. I keep forgetting.
My Italian class. Did I tell you about my Italian class? How they were talking about drinking, and I was like, well, I know how to drink. And they're like, well, what do you drink? What's your? I was like, I like a good scotch. So, like, scotch? Wow, Kale's a badass. I'm like, I'm just a man. My taste has been refined. You're just children,
Bitter old man.
making your first stumbling forays into the world of alcoholism. So Kiki, how do you approach this house? Do you sneak in? Do you kick in the door? Fly in through a window and yell, "Surprise, cockfags!"
Is there an open window?
Please do that last one that Caleb said.
Is there an open window?
Yes, there is.
I dive into the open window.
All right. Roll me an acrobatics. Please fail. Please fail.
18.
Ah. All right. Totally badass. Standing leap through there. There's a flip and a roll. I really wanted you to go splat right into the side of the wall. So funny. So you're in this house. You hear, you see a woman on the ground. Her face is all bruised. Standing over her, rifling through what looks like a bureau, is this big, burly bandit type dude.
And I take out my dagger.
Okay. What do you do?
Stab.
Kills the woman.
With Kiki, I have to ask.
She's defenseless and easy prey.
I could have drawn a chick.
Oh my god, now I no. Get me second guessing myself.
She taps the bandit on the shoulder. You recruiting? Okay. You murder him.
With my special dagger.
Okay. And the dagger seems disappointed. Not with you, it just seems like it's still hungry. Like not its usual, I'm always hungry.
It's not real.
Was the bandit Chinese?
I do not condone anything that comes out of his mouth. Nothing. We can't be friends. Look at Caleb.
I didn't think it was that funny, but I'm just laughing at Caleb.
So racist.
It caught me off guard.
I think the joke's
Like that-
prevalent enough to not be racist anymore, right? I don't know. Whatever.
What's the
Racist
joke?
fine.
It was like that joke about I'm gonna change it to Sun Valley. The Sun Valley kid walks into class wearing one shoe, and his teacher says, "Oh, honey, did you lose a shoe?" And he goes, "No, miss, I found one." Oh, a classist.
So many things right now.
Okay, so
So many
Bert and Kai are making their way to the bar.
t-shirts.
You walk the whole length of the town, and you realize that this town is too small to actually have a bar.
That's disappointing. I guess we could kill bandits.
Um,
Drops.
What'd you say? we could just go house to house and see if anybody has any liquor.
Yeah, free liquor.
Liquor tax.
there's still 2 buildings burning, and
Let me know when it's my turn.
fire doesn't seem to be spreading right now. So it's those 2 are just fucking off. What do you do, Kiki? You kill the bandit, and the woman starts shrieking.
That's a fine. How do you do?
You get the sense she's just panicked. Like, on the one hand, she's really happy that this guy's not going to rape her. On the other hand, his blood spray just got all over her.
Since she's super distracted, I'm gonna rob her.
Okay.
I
Roll
mean, it's
me.
better than the raping.
Roll me this. Are you stealing whatever valuables you can find in the bureau, or are you trying to pickpocket her?
I'm not gonna touch her.
Okay. She's had a traumatic enough day without some halfling just patting her down.
I'm gonna leave her alone. What am
Okay.
I rolling for?
Roll me a search.
Or something else?
Investigate.
22.
All right, you find 59 gold stashed away. Write that down separately, please.
Why bother?
You've caught on.
No, I'm out. I'm out. I walk out and I leave. I'm done.
But Kiki doesn't. Kiki, roll me an insight. Because while Amy may have figured it out, Kiki may not have. Okay. Kiki, she's like, wait, these fuckers at 59 gold? These dirt farmers?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. So you know it's not real.
I throw the money in her face and walk out.
God.
I hope it's in pennies.
Can you lift that much?
I don't know.
It's D&D.
One
Gold doesn't weigh
penny at a
anything.
time.
You got
D&D
to put it in a pillowcase and then hit her with it.
In D&D, coinage doesn't weigh anything.
I feel it in my sock and I beat her with it. I continue the beating.
That's actually a really good idea for world building note. Well, that if you have a really advanced magical kingdom, that they would enchant the coinage to make it weigh nothing, so that you could facilitate movements of large amounts of money.
Okay.
Anyways, Amy, you were making a joke? I spoke over you as you were making a joke. I wanted to give you the opportunity to...
I have Shane's face right now. Like, I don't know what it was.
Okay, Bert and Kai, what do you do as Kiki's throwing her temper tantrum?
I try to quail some more fire.
All right, roll me a wisdom.
It's not real.
All right, you managed to put out the remaining fires. And the bandits appear to retreat. There's a flash of light, and Bert and Kiki find themselves back in the vestibule, and the little cinder creature is like, you failed the test, huh? Well, better luck next time. Maybe not. She probably won't test you again. Kai, you find yourself in a circular room with a dais in front of you. And there's a woman, seems to be robed in golden light, and in front of her are plain brown robes and a plain staff.
But I saved the lady.
And she says that only you of your friends walked the path of the protector.
I saved that lady.
You robbed her.
I challenge his ruling. I saved that lady from that bandit. Saved her.
But you tried to murder her children indirectly by stealing her money.
I gave it back.
I put my hand on Kiki's shoulder. It's over.
I challenge this ruling, Caleb.
I feel like the Magman is having this argument. Like, but you didn't!
I gave the money back.
When you knew it wasn't real. Anyways,
She
Kai.
didn't know
It's a big lore moment.
it. Sorry, I tend to ruin those.
So she says that only you walked the path of poverty and protection, and she wants to offer you what?
I am a monk.
And she said, "As am I, or as was I." And she presents you the torque, which is just plain wood with sort of a glass bead set in it. And she also says you may take my remaining relics, the robe and the staff. Carry them with honor. Protect the people.
Does the robe count as armor?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not for the monk purposes of, being unarmored.
Okay. Thank you.
And she says, "Thank you. The people need a protector. Remember that weapons can protect, not just destroy. You have a gift in the ability to make them. Rejoice in it." And there's a burst of light, and you find yourself back out in the vestibule. And you guys see that he's carrying some very fine but plain robes and a well-made staff. And Bert can sense that even though these things seem ordinary and plain, they do have powerful magics exuding from them.
Ooh. May I look at your new gift?
No.
Okay.
But you can have this. Your torque.
That's fine. I want to investigate your stuff.
Yeah, I don't care about that. You have stuff.
I don't want to keep it. I just want to know what it is.
Okay.
I want to write it down on my book. With crayon, saw, robe today.
Don't touch.
So pretty.
I have to put my hands on it to see it. Didn't you learn that in second grade? I have to touch it to know what it is.
You look with your eyes. And you
Yeah.
know with your hands.
I don't think I learned too much about that one. I got a 14 on Arcana for the robe.
Okay. I'm actually going to have to, because, well, I'm going to be making something up for the robe, I think. I'm going to look at the staves and see if there's something there that will work for just a monk.
Didn't expect the monk to get it.
No, I actually did, but this was I've been planning this whole thing for Kai to have this moment with Alha and to reveal that she was a monk and not a paladin for a while, but for some reason I spaced out on deciding what to do for the actual items that I was giving him. Okay, roll me a D100, please, David. Oh wait, never mind. That one's a different class. So, um, it's a staff of striking. It can be wielded as a magic quarterstaff that grants a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it.
Hot damn!
It has 10 charges. When you hit with a melee attack using it, you can expend up to 3 charges. For each charge you expend, the target takes an extra d6 force damage. And if you use the last charge, it becomes a non-magical quarterstaff. It regains a d6 plus 4 expended charges at dawn daily. Do you have the DMG, David?
No.
Oh, okay. So do you need me to repeat any of that?
I'll listen to it. And...
Okay. And then the robes, I'm going to design them as an artifact, I think.
Okay.
Although making it a robe of useful items might be funny.
What? I just pull out useful item?
A robe of useful items. The robe has cloth patches of various shapes and colors covering it. While wearing the robe, you can use an action to detach one of the patches, causing it to become the object or creature it represents. Once the last patch is removed, the robe becomes an ordinary garment. But there's like a dagger, a bullseye lantern, a steel mirror, a 10-foot pole. Just sort of like, oh shit, I need, But that's kind of lame, so I'm going to make up artifact rules for it. So yeah. The Magman, because that, even though that's not what he is, that's what I'm calling him. He's like, oh, you met the lady. Finally, it's about to, like, the clock is ticking, guys. You better get out of here.
Bird.
Would you like a lift?
Oh, you can get us out of here?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah! And he sort of rubs his hands, and they light with flame, and he does this convoluted gesture, and it ends with him going, whoof! And all three of you get tossed in the air, fly
Bye,
out.
Glenn. Bye, Liao. Bye, Fozzie.
The whole party.
I'm just kidding him. Sorry.
Yeah. And you fly out sort of over the caldera. You get this beautiful look at the city, and you can see that big old chunks of it are sloughing off into the lava below. And you sort of land, and it feels like it's a drop from about 10 feet. You land in a patch of soft grass by the roadside just outside the gate that you originally came in. And Krakow is there.
Good. I'm glad he made it out.
With several wagons. And he goes, go figure. I usually don't follow crazy ladies in my dreams, but I had a feeling I should listen to that one. We gotta go. Get on. Right? Like, I don't know. Fucking Raven. And he's like, Ichi, let's go! And from the third wagon, you hear, Ichiban #1! It seems like they've lost all of their Mantis guards. They're down to 3 carts. Krakow is driving the front one. Ivan Saphir, the Wandering Scholar, is driving the second one. And Ichi is driving the third. And you can feel the mountains start to shake underneath your feet as he's like, we gotta go. So with that note, get in the van! We gotta go! Let me round up everyone here. So, why didn't Fozzie get pulled over? There he is. So, move your tokens to wherever you would be on these carts.
Okay.
Lee Hao, I'm gonna say
Where
is
is Ichiban?
he's in the third cart where Bird is.
Well,
Lee Hao will hop in the second.
room for him.
Fozzie's probably gonna have to run alongside.
No!
He's too big, Kiki.
No! You guys are so mean to him.
He won't fit on the cart.
So mean to him.
You should be pulling the cart.
Shut your dirty mouth.
And Krakow's like, I can get rid of one of the bugs
To do what?
if Fozzie's okay with pulling the cart.
No.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna work.
Okay. So
No.
so are you riding Fozzie?
Yes.
things.
I won't put me on
Oh,
top.
there she is.
Okay,
Fozzie's
it's
riding
actually
Kiki.
this. To front. There we go. Okay. So
Heal. Can I heal? God damn it.
you're not full?
No.
Pretty full. You're
You
mostly
have a
full.
douchebag and did not heal me.
Yes, you're at
All the
43.
way. But out of 57?
He doesn't have unlimited fucking healing. Snatchy McSnatcher face.
I know, but like, isn't sleeping or something restorative?
But you guys haven't slept.
I'm gonna sleep on top of Fozzie right now.
Well, that's an interest. Like you can try that, but there's actually an encounter that's gonna happen here. This is why it's mapped out. Like, you should know that I don't draw maps just for the shits and giggles of it. That usually, if there's a map drawn, there's going to be
I
combat.
thought you were being nice, so I didn't have to think about it.
No, if I was doing that, there would have been a map of the last couple areas.
I know. That's why I was trying to like visually. I kept saying, so there's this and this and this. I was trying, Caleb. I was trying so hard.
Okay, so we've been going for about an hour. We can either do the chase sequence without taking a break, or we can cut it here, come back and do the chase sequence.
You're supposed
Which-
to do Batman cliffhanger.
What?
What?
Batman cliffhanger. Will they survive? Find out next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. No?
Okay, so that's a good call. We'll do
All
the
right.
cliffhanger.
We'll cut.
So, as you guys are heading down the road, the earth starts to shake really rapidly underneath you, and the whole slope pitches upward, and the carts start going down at a rapid clip. Meanwhile, demons seem to come out of nowhere, winged demons, and they're swooping down to attack you. And as they swoop in, you hear Krakow mimicking human screams and shrieks. And Ichiban thumps his chest. And you know what he says.
Ichiban!
Number one!
Number one!
And so we're going to roll initiative when we come back on the Chaotic Neutral Podcast. Until then, keep it chaotic.
Bye!
Later.
Good night.